taking more time. We'd like to welcome Kathleen Davenport to our GREA meeting and discussing about workers' comp, and don't let a lawsuit steal your hard-earned money. Sorry. Do you want to hold this or do you want to?
I'll hold it.
All right.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm so excited because after I leave here, I'm on vacation. So I won't jump in with any time, but I'm just noting that this clock says it's only 7:20 and this clock says it's 7:40. So this is the clock I will be using, especially since I'm going on vacation. But thank you for having me. I've come out and presented a number of times. A couple years ago, I think was the last time. I think it's always good for organizations like yourself to know a little bit about workers' compensation. Hopefully you haven't had too much interaction with us, but some of you may have. So I'm going to kind of go over like a BWC 101, give you some history behind BWC, let you know things you should be aware of as far as workers' compensation, and then you can ask questions as well. So there are 4 workers' compensation systems in the country that are monopolistic, and Ohio is one of them, which means you buy your workers' compensation insurance through the state of Ohio. And usually when you hear the term monopolistic, it sounds expensive, but it's really not. We actually have one of the more competitive rates. There's a study called the Oregon study that is done every other year actually. And we used to be the third highest workers' compensation rate in the country. That was a number of years ago. We've slowly come down, and now we're 34th highest. So we're past the halfway mark. We've made a lot of changes to help with those rates. But if you're familiar with workers' compensation, you probably understand that it's a very specialized insurance. So we pay for only injuries that happen in the course of and arising out of employment. So it is very specialized. And so we look at many issues regarding that. And where we are here in Dayton, there might also be some jurisdiction issues if you have some dealings in Indiana or Kentucky or Michigan or anywhere throughout the country. So we'll kind of go over that. But the other monopolistic states are North Dakota, Washington, and Wyoming, in case you were interested. But Ohio is definitely the largest monopolistic state. Regardless if you're monopolistic or if a state opts for a private insurance company, the rules for workers' compensation are always very state specific. So even if you are in, let's say, Kentucky, and you have a private insurance company that underwrites the insurance, the rules that they have to follow are dictated by the state of Kentucky. So each state has their own workers' compensation rules. We have about 250,000 employers. Most of those are private employers in the state. There are some public, like the city, counties, municipalities, those types of things are public. But for a private employer too, you're also concerned about the public rates because they affect the premiums where you live, where you might work, so you want to make sure they're saving money as well. So how big are we? Well, in fiscal year 2015, we allowed almost 94,000 claims. So that's claims that were either medical only or lost time. Most of those were medical only. And what I mean by medical only is you might have a cut finger, the person might have to go to the emergency room, get a stitch, and they're back to work. We consider a lost time claim is if you lose more than 7 days. So on day 8, if you're off work past day 8, we will consider that a lost time claim. And with lost time claims, injured workers are qualified for lost time benefits too, as well. There are some occupational disease. Most common is carpal tunnel, but certainly in your industry you would be worried about asbestos and